everyone, I'm Leslie, and I'm on Royal Caribbean's Ultimate World Cruise. We're on day 214 of 274 days on board the Serenade of the Seas, sailing the world. Today we are sailing into a beautiful little cove of Portofino, Italy. Portofino is colorful houses, like Mediterranean cove. It feels like money is just in the air and growing on trees, and it's Aperol spritz and sitting on the Riviera. It's just everything Italian you can imagine. So I'm super excited to show it to you. So let's go check it out. Just left Naples, Italy. We chose to do Pompeii, which was just mind-blowingly, like you just can't get your head around Pompeii, and it's an absolute must-see. Put it on your bucket list. If you haven't watched the Pompeii video of mine, go back and watch it. And if Naples is over here, Portofino is over here. They could not be any more different. As you may have seen from my last video, I was not a fan of Naples at all. We absolutely loved Pompeii, but the city of Naples, we just were really disappointed. It did not have the Italian feel and cleanliness that other Italian cities we had seen. So I'm donning my Costa Rica sweatshirt. Funny story about this, I'll tell you in the video. And we're glad to leave Naples, very glad to roll into Portofino. Oh, now this is Italy. Look at this sail-in. Those hills are filled with olive trees and vineyards. In fact, Portofino is located in the Portofino Natural Regional Park. There are 50 miles of well-marked trails that crisscross the peninsula and connect the towns of Santa Margherita, Ligure, Portofino, and Camogli. I'll tell you more about that later. We tender here in Portofino because it's in a cove. The ship stays out in the Mediterranean waters, and we take a tender boat over to the dock and they drop us off. And so we're tendering in, and the tender boat alone is a journey. It's just so beautiful sailing into this cove, seeing this huge mountains on each side, the green, the vineyards, and then all the beautiful, colorful houses and the Marina and it's just a beautiful port, and it's a beautiful day. As we sail in, you can see Castello Brown, which we're gonna visit today, and I'll tell you all about it. Elton John owns a house here, so no joke. Roy might be the largest Elton John fan in the world. He'll dispute that, but he's seen Elton John over probably 120 times now in his lifetime. And so we're out on our balcony with our binoculars searching the skyline for his house. I have the house on my phone so we know what it looks like. We're zooming in on it, and then we're surveying the cliff tops for Elton's house. We didn't see it, but we're gonna tell the story that we did see it, and that we waved, and that Elton and David waved back at us. They're not sure if the harbor here is called Dolphin Harbor due to the abundance of dolphins. We didn't see any, or if it's because the harbor is shaped like a dolphin. Only 500 people live in Portofino: fishing families, shop owners, people with hotels and restaurants, and a few who work in Genoa. Richard Burton proposed to Elizabeth Taylor in Portofino's Hotel Splendido. Most recently, Avril Lavigne spent her honeymoon here, and Kylie Minogue regularly visit. Can we just have a moment here with this hat? This Steve Madden hat. I wore this hat. It has seen the world with me. It scrunches all up. I am not sponsored by Steve Madden, although have your people call my people. I just loved this hat. It scrunches all up into my bag. It pops right open, and it wasn't messed up from being scrunched up. I wore it all over, so much so that when I go back through my pictures, and you'll start to see them in my videos, I have this hat on in so many places. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Steve Madden. Love my hat. Our first stop here today in Portofino is to see Castello Brown. Castello Brown sits high on the hill defending the harbor of Portofino. The castle is surrounded by a Mediterranean garden. The breathtaking views from the castle are worth the walk up to get to it. The castle itself, the gardens, everything about it is worth going to, but the views from the castle back down into Portofino and then out into the Mediterranean, it's just stunningly beautiful. I'm a huge hiker, climber, outdoorsy, so it speaks to me. It's maybe a 20-minute walk. It is a bit uphill, but it's so worth it. If you're in Portofino, put it on your list. It's worth going. Can you imagine having a wedding in this garden? Once you enter the castle, you can see reliefs and furnishings. Going upstairs, you cross a staircase covered in what's called Langioni, the Genoese tiles. Don't miss this iconic view of Portofino through the windows.
It's a beautiful port, you know?
Going up the tower, there's a multimedia room where a video explains the history of Borgo. This red carpet no longer exists, but the path is still here. It's an easy, flat coastal hike between Rapallo and Portofino, passing through Santa Margherita di Liguria, which takes about 90 minutes. Plenty to keep you interested along the way, and obviously it's gorgeous. This is Chiesa di San Martino Church. One of the original documents cite that this ancient church of San Martino is dated back to 1130, where the decision of Pope Innocent II to cede the ownership of the church to the monks of the nearby abbey. So you know how I said at the beginning that it just felt like money was growing on trees here in Portofino? Look at this Louis Vuitton store. So not only do you have, your shopping, but then you can sit outside with your purchase and have yourself a glass of champagne under the cover, bask in your new purchase, and let everybody that walks by be envious of you and your new Louis purchase. Yeah, we can dream. Here's a fun fact. Ferrari named one of their sports cars the Ferrari Portofino in 2017. That could not be any more appropriate for Portofino. It is just so luxurious. It's so just fitting for a Ferrari to have the name Ferrari Portofino. You have to see it and experience it to know what I'm talking about, but yeah. Oh, let me tell you about my sweatshirt. So completely unrelated to Portofino in Italy, when Roy and I were in Costa Rica, we did a tour of the volcano, and it was so cold that we had to stop at the gift shop and get sweatshirts. And somehow I left with a black sweatshirt and Roy left with this purple one. I don't know how, but they're so soft on the inside, so comfy, cozy. So I wear both of them now, and I love it. And when I get back around the world, back to the Costa Rica video, I will share with you how we almost missed boarding the cruise ship from Costa Rica due to our very interesting return trip from the volcano back to Portofino. Although this area is known for all the famous people that visit here and have honeymooned here and gotten engaged here, the only famous people we saw are our besties from the Ultimate World Cruise. We have to stop for a quick focaccia bread that was delicious. I don't know if food and gelato and wine and Aperol and just all of it is just tastes better when you're on a beautiful trip, as opposed to actually living there. But I don't know, that just like it's elevated in a way that it feels like it just is just better. But this was so good, like fresh baked, light and fluffy, the way focaccia bread's supposed to be. It had all local olives on it. Oh, I could have eaten the whole tray of it, so good. But right around the corner is the gelato shop that I'm gonna put all the information for the gelato shop in the caption. It is an absolute when you're in Portofino. And then as you tour the town and kind of walk around, then swoop back to the gelato stop for round two, because Gelateria Gepi, it's called. Not only is the gelato ridiculous, look at this store. It's back in the corner of a side street, so watch as you're roaming, and once you find it, then you can come back again and again and again. Portofino's one of those places. It's got the castle, it's got, you know, things for you to see in the cove, but it's really one of those places that you would want to go and just sit down in the piazza, watch the people go by, have your lunch, have a charcuterie platter, and just let your day unfold in front of you. It's really just the perfect place to just settle in, relax, and enjoy a gorgeous environment and space around you. Gorgeous people, gorgeous food, gorgeous marina, gorgeous view. Yeah, it's just a beautiful place to just sit down and relax, which is part of what we did as we kind of roamed through the town, but we absolutely loved Portofino. It was really special and we loved it.
Grab it.
So we sadly have to tender back to the ship and just taking it all in as we sail back. Goodbye, Portofino. What a great different stop for us in Italy. And it's our last stop in Italy. We did a lot of Italy on this trip. We did a lot of Italy on our own. Go back and watch those videos too. We flew from Jordan to Rome and then did pretty much all of Italy by car from Rome all the way up to Milan, Verona, Venice. And then we came back on the Ultimate World Cruise to the other side to Ravenna and down Portofino, Malta. Oh yeah, just we saw a lot of Italy and love Italy. Roy's over the Italian food. I know that's like hard to imagine, but he just, yeah, he's done with the Italian food. So next up, we get to say bonjour to France. And we have 6 stops in France we are very excited about, but one is going to blow your mind. And this one, everyone said, absolutely do not go. We went, and I'm so excited to share it with you. It was, France in general was incredible. Next up is Ajaccio in Corsica, and this is another just sweet spot. Yeah, it's a sweet stop, and you'll see when you watch it what I mean, but excited to go to France. Sad to have to say goodbye to Italy, but excited to go to France. So don't forget to subscribe, because you're gonna wanna not only see Ajaccio, but you're gonna wanna see us navigate all through France and see what's coming up. So as always, thank you so much for being here, part of this journey. I love sharing it with you. I love reliving the stops to share them with you. You could be anywhere. I'm grateful you're here with me sharing my journey. So thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video for Ajaccio, Corsica, France. Bye for now.